And we're back. Wait a minute. Do we want to do a start?
We're back again.
We're back again.
In the middle of this. So here's what I was thinking. This is going to be a special bonus part 2 of our 3-year anniversary.
3 years
podcast.
without missing a week.
So that's what this is. And we thought, because we really wanted to pack it in with some of our favorite guests. And Johnny, I think
but
you
they weren't
introduce...
available. So
oh, I got Jason. I'm always available.
Jason Russell, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Russell is on the
Hello.
Cavalry.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Probably the guest that gets referenced the most on the show.
By me.
By Johnny
Yes.
complaining about.
Jason always says this.
That's
You know what? Before we get started, let's bring up the biggest. This was something that Andrew almost didn't believe. When I told him that you've gotten upset when I talked about a movie that you've already seen because you wanted to watch it again.
I didn't believe him. I said, "There's no way."
No. That actually, we can use that as one of the debatable questions because so
I will not be backing you up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! I will not back you up.
Well, so we rewatched. My son hadn't seen Breaking Bad, and we rewatched it. And Fanny and I, my wife, we're looking at things like, I don't remember that. It was like watching another show because it had been at that point 10 years. I didn't remember anything. There were 2 things I remember: the ending and something else.
You're like, this high school teacher sells meth? This show's nuts.
No, but I'm saying
I know Bryan Cranston was in this.
So that's one of my wife knows, and believe me, she's accepted that I don't like previews, but what Johnny brought up annoys the living hell out of her. Is that I'll have seen a movie and she'll want to talk about it. I'm like, no, don't say anything. She's like, what, you've seen it? And I go, I know, but I'm trying to forget it. That
What?
That annoys.
I just can't get there. I can't back you up.
I just imagine you like leaving a movie theater and grabbing a hammer and just immediately banging your head, trying to cause damage so that you forget what you've just seen.
Well, listen, the other day on the ship, I had Titan with the main actor from what's the word? They're Blue. I can't. James Cameron.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah, the Blue Man Group. Avatar, the main actor in Avatar, he's in a movie called Titan. And I would see it and I'm like, I saw that, for a couple years now. But then it's like, I'm going to download it and watch it when I'm on the ship. So I downloaded it and I remembered a couple things, but I had no recollection of the ending. So there you go. I was pleased. So I want to forget about the movie so I can watch it again. And it's gotten easier now that I'm older. Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Jason. There are so many movies out there that it's actually not necessary.
You can just watch different movies.
Same one.
You don't have to rewatch Titan, a movie nobody cares about or saw or mattered. I'm sure it got bad reviews. I don't know, but I'm guessing it got bad reviews. I don't think you need to rewatch Titan. You could just watch a different movie.
Well, there's one with can't remember his name either. He takes a pill. It's where he really redoes his life and reorganizes his life and gets
Bradley Cooper.
Limitless.
Limitless. The first time I saw that, I was so inspired and it made me feel good. And I was like, I'm gonna be a go-getter. And I've wanted to.
I'm gonna invent a pill.
Just taking every pill you see. I'm gonna take over the world.
I have purposely, I bought it immediately, and I think I know I only watched it once, but I was so moved by it that I pretty much know the gist of the movie. But I think at this point, whenever that movie came out, if you guys have that info, I sent all these stats over to you before we started.
Let me consult the binder.
I'm gonna rewatch it and be thoroughly entertained. And like I said, as I've gotten older, it's gotten easier because there is so much content. So Andrew, you're with me on that, right? You don't want to hear anything about movies you've watched because you want to rewatch them.
No, I'm not with you on that.
Nice try. Oh, but Andrew, you're in on this.
I like how you did that. You just like summarized your insane position and just wanted to quickly get everyone on board and move on before.
And failed.
No,
I'm not with you on eagerly awaiting Alzheimer's so I can watch movies with a fresh perspective every time.
no, she that's one of her. It annoys the living crap out of her. She
No,
cannot.
because the
stand
best
it.
part about seeing a movie or a great movie or a great show is talking about it after with someone who's also seen it and like comparing
Yes.
what you thought about it and how it moved you or whatever. But you don't like to do that.
No, I do. If we've seen it, like I'll watch stuff.
After the third time, I will allow it.
I'll watch stuff. My poor son's doing it too. He watched the Fight Club. He wants to talk to me. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear it. I can't hear it. And he just walks away in great disappointment, like my father's a moron.
I would love to be a fly in the wall in your
My-
family. Hey,
my
remember
dad's
that show?
insane.
No.
First rule about Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club.
Thank you.
Wait,
Thank
I don't
you.
mean to spoil the movie for you, Jason.
Oh, bro,
That is
listen,
a line from
listen.
Fight Club.
if had anybody ruined movies like that, where at the
So
end,
you
see, I
do
like-
know what happens because you
Yeah.
know that it's
Yeah.
an ending you wouldn't want spoiled for you.
yeah, like
So let your son talk to you about Fight Club.
no, like Sixth Sense.
Breaking the
Remember
cardinal
Sixth
rule.
Sense? Remember the
Yeah,
movie Sixth
right,
Sense? If somebody
yes.
would have ruined that before I went and saw it, like to me, the whole point of that movie being made is to fool people at the end where you're like, wait a minute, what? He's what? No.
Right.
Here's
right.
another one. Here's another one. The one with Denzel Washington, where it's an apocalyptic movie, and the name escapes me, of course.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it several times.
Book
Okay,
of Eli.
Book of Eli. My wife said to me, we were talking about it after we had watched it, or not exactly after. She goes, and the fact that he was blind, I was like, what?
Whoa.
Now you're spoiling it.
Spoiler, you hypocrite. Holy cow. Wow.
We can take that out in editing, right?
No, we don't do that. It's not that kind of podcast.
No.
You
It's not.
You don't
We'll
have an
lose a
editing
couple
team?
listeners.
Hey, Joe Rogan has an editing team. I don't know why you guys aren't at this point 3 years in. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
She said that to me, and I was like, "What? No, he's not." And that was an argument, not an argument, but a contention until I went and had to watch the movie over again, and I was like, "Okay, well, you're right," but I don't know. I didn't understand. How is he walking around? How is he shooting stuff, fighting? And she goes, so the fact that he was reading a Braille book, I go, it was the end of the world. That's the only book that was left. He's teaching himself Braille. That to me was totally.
This is a whole different topic. You misunderstood a movie. That's
Wait.
different.
I just realized why you don't like people talking about movies till you've seen them 3 times. Because your comprehension of movies is so low. You have to watch them. You saw Sixth Sense like 4 times. You're like, wait a minute.
No, that's about it.
Yeah.
But she, because I've been with her, she's the type that will instantly 10 minutes of movie, she's trying to figure the movie out. So
yeah.
it's like a competition thing now between us.
Okay, here, Jason. Here's one, because everything you're saying, I can't back you up. But here's one thing I'll back you up on. You ever watch, like, because people think they're not spoiling stuff, but they are spoiling stuff in weird ways. So I've brought this up to Johnny a few times, but when people go, like, let's say it's a show, right? Like Breaking Bad, and you're on some certain episode, like, oh, watch all the way to the end. Like they'll say something like that to you. Make sure you watch all the way to the end. And you're like, okay, now I know
Exactly.
something crazy is going to happen, and that's like basically spoiling it for you.
Yes. Oh, 1000%. That.
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you another. My son, my wife just got back. My son spoiled something we were watching Captain America, and he leans over, and again, I don't care if anybody else can figure it out. I'd like my mind to figure it out, my beautiful mind to figure it out. When it figures it out, he goes, Dad, you know that's not Chris's body, the actor's body. I go, what are you talking about? And then of course it was all, superimposed, but they did it so well. I was like, I didn't know that. And I'm still mad at him to this day. He's 27. He did that when he was 10.
But that's not a plot point. That's just special effects discussion. Dad, Dad, look, you can tell it's
like,
green screen.
It's like your son leaned over. That shield isn't actually a rare metal. It's just a prop. Whoa, wait a second. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, my wife knows not to say anything. Johnny brought up the fact, baby, that you can't bring up movies that we've already seen and talked about. Yeah, she hates that. So they're making fun of me.
This is the part of the podcast where we recap what we've talked about to the new
to anyone who's in the room. First come in. Wait, you're
hello, Fanny. Can she hear me?
You're just joining us now. It's like we're on the radio and we have to do resets.
Yeah.
At the top of the hour. Hey, if you're just joining us, we're here with Jason Russell talking about
Andrew. Why do you have a fake background? Why are you not showing us?
How can you know it's fake?
I can see the weird lining
real
around your head. Well, I can just tell.
How dare you? Johnny's is fake.
He can just tell. He can just tell, even though he didn't ask me about mine.
Here, you want to see my
real.
You want to see my real background? Would that help you?
Yeah, I feel
okay.
We both.
Hey, listener, if you have to go to the bathroom, now would be a good time.
I know. What a total waste of every. All right, there it is.
Oh, Jesus! Go back to the other one.
I have a green screen. That's all I have down
garage.
here.
He's in some.
When
garage.
the pandemic started, in the garage, I made myself a little podcast virtual show studio, and my thinking was I was going to do all these like YouTube type videos where I do jokes, and I put up, in the height of the pandemic, we were desperate and thinking of ideas, so I made this little kind of it's really creepy looking because I have an unfinished basement, but now all I do is use it for the podcast to have a fake background. So there you go.
All right.
I'm putting it back though because it's much more pleasant. It was okay. Go ahead. Sorry, you're the guest.
Oh, that is way better. Okay, so this is the second one that I know that I probably won't get any help on because Johnny. I know Johnny. And
thank you, Johnny, for putting your real background on. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Is that your? Oh my God.
I was waiting to see how long it took Jason.
I was like, is his iPad not showing the third box? Is that what's going on?
Well, it doesn't come up big until he talks. Then whoever talks.
Okay.
Oh my God. Is that you, Johnny? Of course that's you.
Well, why? You might be yours. I have footage of yours.
Okay, so Johnny knows that I've never been drunk, never touched any type of drug, never been high, and if you only, this is going to the things that I may drink as a person who never drink. I don't drink anything but sodas, and that's it really. Maybe cranberry juice, but I can't drink that sugary stuff anymore. So I was like, you know what? I want a beer, but I have no desire to have alcohol in the beer. And I told this to Johnny once. He goes, what? And I knew, here we go. Johnny, he's like, what? So he's like, well, why don't you just drink a beer? I was like, I don't want the alcohol. And he goes, well, that's dumb. You should just drink a beer. I go, I know, but I don't want the alcohol. And for a long time, it bugged me. I was like, why can't Johnny understand? And then I was like, I saw a sugar-free cake in the in the store, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. If you're gonna eat a cake, you might as well just eat a cake, not a sugar-free cake that doesn't. But I have non-alcohol Heineken in my refrigerator because it's something different that my taste buds don't normally get to, and I can't drink and I can't eat anything with it. It's got to just be me drinking it, and that's it. Maybe some peanuts.
So when
like
you, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Did you enjoy it the first time? Like most people's experience, like the first time they have a beer, they hate it. Like when I was in high school, I had a beer, right? I had a bunch of beers, and it's like, yeah, this tastes awful, but you drink it as much as you can because you're trying to get drunk, right? But this is kind of a unique experience. You've never had a beer, but then you had one as an adult, and it's non-alcoholic, so you're literally only drinking it for the enjoyment of the beer. So what did you think?
It was different, and it wasn't like bad. I was like, that's different. I liked it. It wasn't like I was like, ugh. I remember taking a sip of my dad's beer when I was 8, and I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why would you drink that?
Yeah,
and I think
that's bitter.
Yeah, and I think that's what kept me from. But that's John. I know Johnny's position. So, Andrew, are you with me?
Well, I have to get more background. So, like, you're obviously like been sober your whole life.
Yep.
Is it for like? Is there a part of you that like values that a lot? Like you're like, I don't ever. Okay.
Yes,
well then, yeah, of course, I'll respect.
I love
you.
Well, no, I love the fact that like I want to try something because I'm at the age where I'm like, well, you only live once, so. But I would never get drunk. I have no desire to get drunk. I'd like to maybe try an edible, but
you should try heroin, because I bet you would like the high you would get from that would be more extreme than anyone else.
Dude, if you take enough heroin, you'll forget what happens in Fight Club.
Yeah,
you'll have no idea.
No, but for me it was just part of. It's a different taste. It's not something that I drink. I could not sit down. We're about to have dinner. There's no way I could sit down and have that Heineken with my food.
But it's different. So like that's the beauty about beer and wine and everything. It's like pairing. So like there's some foods that beer tastes great with, like chicken wings,
brat.
What?
A brat?
A brat, yeah. Bratwurst. Yeah, there's some like baseball food, like peanuts. Like beer goes with certain things. And then but it doesn't go with other things. Like I would never have a beer with like a steak. I would have a glass of wine with the steak, So it's like it's true, like beers don't go, but the good news for you is it's not just like Heineken. Now they have non-alcoholic, like good. A buddy of mine's is sober now, but he used to get drunk a lot, and but he was showing me all these like non-alcoholic, like good quality craft IPAs and like specialty beers. So it's like it's not just like it used to be like there's only like 2 types of non-alcoholic, but there's like lots of different NA beers out there now. So
well,
really
NA beers everything. Aren't there? Isn't there trace amounts of alcohol?
Johnny,
they say 0.1.
I'm trying to protect him.
You're trying to do gotcha. Like, look, you did it. You have been drunk, you liar.
No, I'm saying
whole worldview is shaken.
Look at
Jason's never drank. I'm talking. What does that say?
0.00. This is Heineken. It says 0.00.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Some. Well, I found one, you guys. It was a German one. It had a very German name, and even Fanny, who is a drinker, she's been a drinker all her life. She's an.
I like how you looked at her. She is a drinker. You hear me, Fanny?
You sound like a joy. Wouldn't it be great to have a drink around Jason? Just like you work hard, you get home, you want to relax, you pour yourself a glass of wine, like, oh, okay.
No. I make fun of her every time we go to a restaurant and the waitress will be like, "Do you want something?" She's like, "Yeah, I want something from the bar," and I'll always go, "You guys, you better watch it. She's She has a problem with the liquor, and then the waitress always know that I'm joking, but yeah, no, but she took a sip of this German beer this German non-alcohol, and she's like, wow, that's really good for a non-alcoholic. And of course, like everything in my life that I like, it could be a pair of underwear to a frozen meal, anything Jason Williams likes, they'll discontinue, because there's 5 people follow me around and watch what I like, and then they get it discontinued. Doesn't matter what I like.
What underpants did they discontinue that you like?
Oh my God, I've gone through 3 since I've been an adult, and it's annoyed me. Hanes.
No, Hanes is still out there.
No, Hanes is still out there, but they're constantly redoing. They don't just stick with one underwear.
They had these special ones that were like for tiny penises, but they discontinued.
Old. And what are you laughing at? What the hell are you laughing at? Jesus. Oh, there it is. There's a signature laugh. Another one, I don't know where we are in time, but another one that is a huge pet peeve of mine is people that, okay, my wife's parents are bona fide hippies. I love them to death. They're just hippies. And when we're around them and we go out, they'll come out of the room and I'll be like, oh, wow. Are they? And in my mind, I'm like, nope, they're ready. They're ready to go. So I have a problem with matching. Like, colors have to match on me before I leave this house, or before I leave my room, before I do my shows. They have to, meaning if I have black belt on, you better bet that I have black shoes and probably a black, watch band.
Oh,
Things have to match. You cannot be unmatching for me. Meaning, like, you cannot. There's no way you should be wearing brown shoes and a black belt. Just shouldn't happen.
I know. I remember that rule, and I used to adhere to that rule. But let me tell you why I gave up on it. Is because I never tuck in my shirt. So like my belt is never exposed. No one sees my belt, is my point.
No.
So do
True.
I still have to care that my belt matches my shoes if no one's gonna see my belt?
No, I wouldn't, but me, myself, there's no way. Like, I've walked out of the house and not realized it till I'm in the car and I'm far away from the house, and I'll have like a little anxiety attack, like, oh Jesus. And my belt is not going to be shown to anybody. And then there's another thing that's bugging me. So that's one, but this is
if that's on that point. So you and I went on the road so much together.
Yeah.
Did you just want to jump out of the car while it was moving, looking at my wardrobe every time?
I didn't want to bring it up, but yes, I have. There's about 3 notebooks of just full ranting, like, and then we went to Minnesota, and yeah. No, I don't remember you ever. You always seem to be put together, especially for shows. To me, that's where, and I don't think you have to dress up for shows. You don't have to. You dress however and that to me is that's your persona. If you wear, torn clothes and raggy shirts, and that's
your persona, Johnny.
That's your persona. But no, he didn't. He always looked presentable. This is a huge. Now, I would like you guys to tell me how you feel, or if somebody could back. Now it is a trend. I just saw a video. You guys know that Jamie Foxx has been in the hospital for the past 2 weeks. So I was watching a video, an update, and they showed him doing. Yeah, he was. We don't know. His daughter just said he's awake and he's doing better. So he had some serious.
Oh man, I didn't.
Something serious. Some people speculated it was a stroke.
Oh, God. He's a young man.
They showed him walking, for the picture walk, when they go into events, and he had a nice suit on. And I was like, oh, he looks put together. And then they zoomed down and he's got tennis shoes on with a suit. That, to me, I don't care what anybody says. You don't wear tennis shoes with a suit ever. There's no excuse. In my son, now we're gonna go vacation this summer in New York. and we're going to a play, you know, he doesn't like to wear nice clothes, I would let him get away with wearing those nice, clean tennis shoes with the white bottom, you know, something that, you know, it for a kid, yes, not for a grown man. Who's with me?
Oh, not, I don't know. I think you're sounding like a, hey, get off my lawn.
No.
Well,
No,
but
it's
I think it's okay. Here's what it is. Like, you know, in a lot of things, comedy included, where there's like rules, right? Like the rule of 3, and there's how you host a show, and then there's, you know, you open with your second best bit and you close with your best bit. There's all these like little rules, right?
Yeah.
But then you get good enough, you can kind of, you know, the rules, but you can break them. So you have to like be good enough to know the rules to break the rules. And that's how I think like these fashion people think. Like Jamie Foxx, he knows what kind of shoes he's supposed to wear with that suit, but like he's also like, I'm fashionable enough, I can break the rules. Because now me, I can't break the fashion rule. I have to, if I went to a movie premiere, I would just have to wear by the book, the fashion of the day, what people expect, because I'm not fashionable enough to break the rules. But I think there's some people, and like young people fit that category. Like you said, I think like teenagers,
yes,
they can kind of get away with it because they're like, they know all the trends and stuff, you know.
that I
Was he
agree
wearing,
with.
what was he wearing? Like LA Gear orthopedics, or were they like?
Yeah, it was like a running shoe, and I was like, no, no, no. It was like he was out exercising, and then he's like, oh man, I got to go to this premiere, and took his shoes off, put a suit on, shoes back on. No,
Wow.
no.
Well, see, I'm a sneakerhead, so I'm biased. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, this is my thing. Tell me if you can back me up, both of you. When someone wears, they'll wear like a t-shirt, but they'll also wear like Marge Simpson's pearls around their neck, you know, like a necklace like Marge Simpson would
Oh
wear.
wow, he's making fun of me.
I don't know there. What?
Oh, that's a good Marge Simpson.
That's
What do
very
you
good.
mean?
So hey, have you have you told Andrew that it took this is when we were younger, so I'm not proud to admit this, but I have a very good visual memory. Like I have impressed many people, and including myself and my wife, with my visual memory. Audible, I'm sure the guy in the yellow shirt, your name is Tom, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Isn't it start with an A? Yeah. So I'm
It is on
Wait a
screen.
minute.
So Johnny claims, and I say claim because I don't know. I believe him, but you know how over time he claims that I met him 7 different times, and every time I did not know who he was.
Yeah.
Now, and he looked pretty much like he does now. You know, 6 what? What are you, 6'3"?
6'5", thank you very much.
6'5", long hair, beard, and he said every single time I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he's like, he doesn't remember. Has he ever told you that, Andrew?
No, Johnny, you never told me that. And we've had the conversation about people meeting people, and when they don't remember you, are you supposed to like, because you have 2 choices. Like you either act like you also are just meeting the person for the first time, or you
Right.
take
Which
the
is what I
risk.
prefer.
Right. Or you just finally have to stand up for yourself and go, you know what, actually we've met before.
Well, I said, well, okay, what, like the 5th time, what did you think? He goes, well, I either thought this guy has a really horrible memory, or he's just a dick. And it was, of course, it was the latter.
Well, yeah. So you're saying you have a photographic memory, and Johnny's face is so benign.
I have an impeccable visual memory, unless it's about a movie that I've seen. Then I don't remember anything on the screen. A month ago.
Nope.
You have to see a movie 4 times and meet Johnny 6 times in order to remember.
7. He said 7. He
7.
he said that I met him. I met him 7 times before.
Dude,
And I don't remember that. I have no recollection of that.
you met Johnny a couple times, and somebody was like, "Hey, have you met this guy Johnny B? La 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 la. I'm gonna meet him again. I don't want you saying anything about him.
Meet him again.
I want to go in fresh."
I want to go in fresh. So did you supported me, Andrew? Because Johnny never supports me on anything. You supported me on the first one, and then the shoes, the tennis.
No. He did not support you on the first one.
No, that's not the first one. The second one. The second one.
The
I believe
second,
he laughed in your face at the first one.
what was the second? I was so incredulous about the first one that I didn't believe Johnny was telling me the truth. So I'm glad we're doing
Oh
that.
no.
What was the second one? I don't even remember.
About drinking non-alcoholic
Oh
beer.
yeah. No, I do support you on that. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say is because I have this guy, he's passed away now, so I shouldn't make fun of him too much, but he was the owner of the comedy club where I started, and he was like you. He had never drank. He was I think it was like a Mormon thing, but he had never ever drank his whole life, and he was older. I mean, he was older than me. He wasn't an old guy at that point. But then there's this guy, my friend Mike Cummings, who was a comic. He's been on the show, and he was
Twice.
in recovery in Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, and had years under his belt, was doing really good, and is still doing good. But Terry was the comedy club owner, would always go, well, come on, why don't you just have one beer? Like, what's it gonna like, he was always trying to just convince us. He's like, what's gonna happen? You have one beer, you're gonna like lose your mind. And like Mike would force Mike to like explain to him the whole sobriety,
Yeah.
like how it works. And it was
Well,
hilarious to me. But so yeah, no, I get it. Like, I don't think, like, if you're probably doing it the right way, like, honestly, like, if you don't want to get drunk, but they make quality non-alcoholic beers. I guess that's my point. Like, you don't have to just do the Heineken one. There's like other ones that.
Yeah. Oh no. I used to, when we lived in Texas, I was drinking after we could no longer find the German one. That, I mean, even I emailed the company and got no response. I think they
Sound like me. Hey, Quick Trip, keep those donuts coming.
What?
Like, I would love to see you and Johnny's outgoing emails. Would be a hilarious.
I tell Andrew about how I would tweet companies when I
you
like their products or when I am disgusted with them.
Oh, you should have had a video on me yesterday, because her and I came back from date night, stopped at Chick-fil-A for the kiddies, and this Chick-fil-A by us, it doesn't matter. You know how they'll have the people that are ordering 4 blocks away from the restaurant. Just, that's their fast way. And you gotta figure out where they are. Like, oh, hey, that woman is with the iPad. I'm being facetious, because they have them.
Oh yeah. They walk out with their ordering screens. To
make it more fast. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many we order with the woman out there with the pad. By the time we get to the window, they never have the sauces. We ordered 5 of each, and we got 2 of each. And it's just one of those days where I was like, nope, I'm not going to handle that today. And I went in, and I had a manager. He was just very dismissive. He's just very cocky. And this is one of the things that people in his position have learned to do. And it's can we swear on this? Is this going to be?
Yes.
Is this going to be on network TV?
Another first for the podcast.
We've gone 3 years with no swearing, but you know what? Go for it.
This is the manager's way of saying, go fuck yourself. When a person's complaining and that person turns around and the manager goes, have a nice day. And they did that to me. And I stopped and turned around. I said, and I wanted to lose it, but I was like, no, you're gonna be on some and here we have a black Tom, or no, what's the Karen word for the male word for Karen.
Oh,
I didn't
never
want
heard
to.
that.
Huh?
Is there one? I didn't know.
I don't
Yes.
think
Oh
there's-
no. Yeah, there's one. There's a male version of Karen, and I always say Tom, and Fanny's like, it's not Tom, and I go, well, it should be. So, anyways, I didn't want to be on.
Jason? Is it Jason?
Jason.
You know, Johnny.
Anywho, so yeah,
So what
lost
is
it.
your point? You went to Chick-fil-A and you got mad? Is that what you need backup on?
I am just aren't you do you always, I don't know, do you ask for, it seems like these days when you ask for sauces, they are very guarded.
Getting very specific.
They are very
All right,
guarded.
I guess what I need backup is when you're asking for sauce.
Making
at
literally
Chick-fil-A.
every word that comes next is just making it up as you go. No, but like when you ask for sauce,
No,
yeah.
Benny, will you get over here and tell these? She's looking at me like, no, this is you.
There's no Fanny. Nice try, Jason. There's no Fanny.
Losing his mind.
That's good.
No, the drive through here's what I need backup on. I'll go inside every time, 100 times out of 100. Absolutely.
Oh, really?
I don't like to eat in the car. I don't like the drive-through experience. Why not just go inside and eat in the restaurant if it's open? And if it's not, I'd rather go inside, order, and then bring it out to my car. But like
It's a lot faster to do that way.
We went to a Chipotle. We were driving like back from Montana, and it was my wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter in the car. So it's like tight, and with all the luggage in our little Prius. And they're like telling me to go through the drive-thru. I was like, I don't think Chipotle has drive-thru, but like it looks. Then there's like a lane in the window. I'm like, maybe like Chipotle invented drive-thru. I don't know, or like they finally got it. So I drive up to the window, and they're like, I was like, can't we just go inside? Can't we just? And my wife was like, no, I just, you got to get Ginger out of the car and my daughter, and like, it's too much. Let's just eat in the car. I was like, oh God, it's gonna be so gross, and like Chipotle, that it's gonna get everywhere, and then so we go through the drive-thru, and I get up to the window, and they're like, look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, did you order online? I was like, no. They're like, we don't have a drive-thru. This is just a pickup online order. So I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna go. I'll see you in front. Give me 2 minutes. So then I went in and ordered, and then brought it all out to the car, and we all ate in the car like we're homeless. Like, why not just go into the restaurant? They have tables and napkins and free refills. It's great.
I will not be able to, because many times I actually enjoy eating in the car because I feel like it's my own space. I don't have to, sometimes I don't like people looking at me when I'm eating. I'm like, why are they watching me eat? Why is this lady watching me every bite?
No one's watching you eat.
So I cannot eat at this dining table. Oh, I'd rather them watch me through my car window.
Yeah.
I cannot support you because what do you do like road trip like that? You have to go in. You have to eat in your car sometimes.
I mean, sometimes I do, and I don't enjoy it. But I'm telling you, anytime I have the option, one, I don't think the drive-thru is faster.
It's not.
No, I agree.
And if you've ever been, and if I see more than one car, I mean, literally, if there's a 2-car lineup, and sometimes it's like a 15-car lineup for a drive-thru, I'm like, that 15th car and that Wendy's drive-thru is insane. You're gonna sit in your car for a half an hour and wait to come up to order like you're out of your mind. Just go to the restaurant.
I agree, but sometimes I'm in the mood to just sit. More times than not, I'd rather just get out of that car, get my food.
Yeah, there's chairs inside though.
Yeah, you can sit. They let you sit down. You don't have to stand.
Listen, so Johnny, are you agreeing with him that you'd rather go in?
I'm not disgusted. Like, I'm not disgusted with eating in my car. I do it all the time, but I'll go in. I do that a lot where, like, on road trips, I'll pull in, I'll go in, order my food to go, and then I'll go and I'll watch and I'll be like, if I got in line, I'd still be 3 cars back.
Oh yeah.
But
No, I've done that.
But then do you then take the food out to your car and then eat it in the car? If that's
While
what
I drive. Yeah.
You eat while you drive. Okay, see, like I don't eat while I drive.
How are you, sir? I've literally done that on the podcast.
I know, but you were in the drive-through at that point. But yeah,
Right. Oh, that's true. Well, that Taco Bell, the dining room isn't open that late.
Oh, Johnny loves his Taco Bell.
yeah, we did a podcast one time, Jason, and he's like, can I just record from the car on the drive home? Because we really had no other options. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was telling some boring story, I guess. And literally he's like, yeah, I'll have 2 Crunchwrap Supremes. And I'm like, what is going on? He was ordering at the drive-through but like he couldn't wait for me to stop talking because he had to it was like his turn to order.
I didn't want to be
That's
rude
hilarious.
to the Taco Bell.
So that's
Jesus.
You asked if we have an editing team. We don't even have the quality control to stop Johnny from ordering Taco Bell during the podcast.
Oh my God. I'm shocked he didn't go do his taxes. No, for 23, I was, hang on, Andrew. For 23, I was, no. Yeah, no, those are totally write-offs. Okay, Andrew, I'm back.
That's what you have to do when you have 3 kids, I guess, and a
Yeah.
job. You got to multitask.
Johnny, you have 3 kids?
I think so. Last I count.
Jesus. Was the great remote loss in his house, was that debated on your
No, I don't know if I
podcast?
brought that up on the podcast, but it was found.
Oh God.
We lost our Apple TV remote for like probably a month.
And see, this is how Johnny and I are totally.
I just
Johnny
had to
is
use my
more like-
phone.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can use your phone. So I really think it's a miracle we've never lost ours because they're so small and
Yeah.
with all of Ginger's toys are in our living room. So because we only have like one big room, so like it's a miracle we haven't lost ours. But I never freak out about it because I'm like, well, I just use the phone. And then like whenever Heidi's like trying to type into the search bar, it pops up on my phone.
Right. Yeah.
And then I always write like Heidi is stupid or whatever as she's.
I always write poop.
We're geniuses.
But Johnny, he texted me one day and I could tell, I know when Johnny's pissed when he texts and when he's not, and he doesn't get mad that often. But so when he's mad, I'm like, oh, it's serious. And he's like, Fanny, though, my wife, in their minds, why would I go buy another one? It's here somewhere. In my mind, I'm like, I don't give a shit where it's at. It's not here. I can't find it. I'm going to buy another one. And he just was like, I'll use my phone. And I was like, I would not. That wouldn't be me. I'd go buy another.
Yeah,
one.
but they're $60 at least.
I know.
I don't have $60 while I'm waiting 2 days.
Hey, nobody told you to keep attacking your wife. Okay, leave her alone. Leave her alone. You don't need 9 kids.
You know how like if you lose your AirPods or you can do the Find My thing on your phone and make them make noise. Do they have that for the remote?
No, but listen, would you go get the remote? Would you go get the blue thing for the remote? I want to show you guys what I got off of Etsy. I got one for the new remote, but I haven't put it all together yet. So there's this guy on Etsy that will make remotes that you can fit a AirTag in. Because we lost our remote for a week, and it was simply I folded it up into a blanket. So this is the one for the old. So we have this remote, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the case for it. It's only like $12. Yeah, he 3D prints these. A guy 3D prints these.
Okay, but you only use the case. You only need the case to keep the AirTag attached, right?
Yeah, and then you slide it in, and look at now I have a remote with an AirTag. It doesn't really make it that much bigger, but I have this remote, and I'm not the case that I bought even before I bought this remote. It fits it really, really tight. So I'm gonna call him and see if he can just work out the measurements. But this is, how many times we've lost this? and I went on my phone and
You know
and
how like when you go to a crappy gas station bathroom and there's a big hubcap attached to the key to the bathroom? That's what I'm gonna do to my Apple remote. I'm just gonna get a giant hubcap attached to it, so then
Just
we'll
crazy
never
glue
lose
it to it.
Yeah.
well, Johnny definitely needs that because he's got what 9 kids at that house. have 9
I think
kids now.
3. I think 3 was the head count.
Andrew, how many kids do you have?
I have one.
And are you going to have more?
We don't know.
Uh-oh.
We're happy either way. If it's one, we're very happy, you know. If it's more, then we'll be happy too.
I have
That's the
4.
right answer. You have 4?
I have a 32-year-old who she's not my blood daughter, but I'm going to be adopting her. I met her mom when she was 9. I met her mom at a comedy club and we were always just friends. And to this day, she's one of my best friends. And she's 32 now. And then I have 3, biological. I have a 27-year-old son who's married, kid, and I have a 13-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
Oh wow.
I'm done.
So I mean, you've been like a dad for a long time.
I won't be without children, Andrew. That's the point. I will not be. I'm an old gentleman with a 5-year-old.
Denali is 5, so you've got what, 13 years left, right?
Yes. You're hilarious. Not you, my wife. I don't even want to tell you what she's doing off camera.
Well, I'm hilarious too.
Oh my God.
Not you, Johnny. You're not even funny. Anyway.
No, yeah, she's 5. And what was the question? I'm sorry, Johnny.
You'll be childless in 13 years, which she's.
I don't believe, and Fanny doesn't like me saying this, but I don't believe I'll make it for 13 years more. I think
You'll be dead in the cold ground. Oh,
yeah.
no.
Well, no, I'm going to be cremated, so I'll be somewhere.
Okay.
Some of me will be in Albuquerque, some will be in Milwaukee, and the most of me will be here. But I just don't think I will. And she's like, "Oh my God, why do you say that?" Well,
I mean, come on. You'll be around.
I hope. But you look. They say look at the average of your. My dad died of 71. My mom's 64. Somewhere in the middle of there, you could predict your death. Not. No, and she doesn't believe that.
You've already outlived both of them, right?
Johnny Bader's a funny guy. You should do comedy.
That is so amazing and just the most devastating comeback to any insult is to just do that voice and that laugh.
I love it.
Make someone feel real small.
Well, yeah.
Well,
he deserves it.
no, you're gonna live a long time, Jason. And I don't think there's any science to averaging together your parents.
They're great. Yeah, I agree.
Look at
Yeah,
Batman.
you never smoked, never drank. You're young at heart. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I blow truckers in alleys late at night. So
Do or don't.
I do.
That only makes you live longer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I said young at heart. Yeah.
I'm going to live longer. You won't believe what my wife did. Typical wife. That was a total wife thing you did. What? You guys want to know what she did off camera?
What's that?
Why don't you tell us what she did on camera?
Well, no. She basically gave me the wrap it up sign. Like, let's go. Dinner's here. Let's go. I'm like,
oh, good. So she got my text. Okay, good.
Johnny's sending food to the house to try and get you to quit.
DoorDash. We didn't order food, dude. No, you go away.
Chick-fil-A sounds good though. All right. Well, you know what?
We should wrap it up.
She's right. It's perfect timing. You've been more than generous with your time, and thank you for helping us celebrate our third year anniversary of the Cavalry. And
you have any dates you want to plug?
Yeah.
Jason? This
Tell the
comes out.
people where
yes.
you're gonna be.
Matter of fact, no, this comes out Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm at Laughs in Tucson this weekend, so no, I won't even.
You see, this is why you fit in perfectly to this show. Is plugging dates that have already happened. We do that all the time.
Yep. And we've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
If you happen to be on Norwegian Sky, I'll be on that ship for the next 3 weeks, starting May 8th, and then I'll be on Pride of America for 2 weeks in Honolulu, or going around Hawaii. Other than that, that's the only thing I got going on.
All right. Well, go book a cruise, everybody. See Jason, and thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right. And that, Johnny, did you have anything you
No, June 1 through 4, Wesley Chapel, Side Splitters in Florida.
Okay, and I will be Redding, California, June 2nd, Friday at the Performing Arts Center. So it's on my website. But if you know anybody in Redding, send them out to that show. Okay, that's it. Thank you. 3 years. How about that?
Congratulations, guys.
For listening to
Congratulations.
the Cavalry.